Hoje a gente vai conversar de novo com o ator Michael Urie, que é a estrela do filme World Trade Center View. Michael, thank you so much for taking the time to do this
My
again.
pleasure, thank you so much.
And, okay, so tell me a little bit about this project.
Well, it was a play first, and then it became a film, and it was my first job out of school, actually. When I graduated from school in 2003, I had met and worked with the director, Andrew Volkoff, a theater director, and he brought me in to audition for this play called WTC View, and I had been doing, you know, Shakespeare, Chekhov, Moliere, and this was such a joy for me to work on a part that spoke like a person.
Yeah, it's a very different language if you're coming from a classical
That's right.
background.
That's right. So I was like, I immersed myself in this play, and I was so excited. And I auditioned for it and got it, and ended up having the most wonderful experience doing it as part of the Fringe Festival. And it's written by Brian Sloan, and as I got to know Brian, I learned that he was a writer, but also a filmmaker. I think this was his first play, actually. And so there were rumors, you know, there were rumblings that maybe this would be a film. Because Brian's a filmmaker, and maybe he would want to direct it as a film.
And up until then, you had not worked in film.
I had made a film, but I was cut from it. So I had made one, but not yet in one.
What happened?
It's okay. It's okay. It was a great experience. I still got paid.
That's good.
But I had not been in a film. So 9 months after we finished the play, it became a film, and we made it with the exact same cast, which is really cool.
That's an amazing experience, I imagine,
It was.
translating from theater to screen.
It was cool.
Well, I thought one of the things that I thought was very interesting about the movie is that I didn't see the play, but I did see the movie. Is that it became, it's not a blockbuster production where you have special effects and so on. It's a very personal story, and you can see yourself within those characters and those stories, and you can see people it's like, oh, I know someone who went through the same thing.
It's very relatable. There's somebody in this film for everybody to relate to, not just Eric, who's the central character, but everybody has an experience, and you can find yourself in any of the characters.
Now, were you concerned, because we're talking about a movie that was done, a play and a movie that was done in 2005, that the story was still very recent.
Yeah.
Were you concerned about it?
2003, actually.
2003, the play.
We made the play in 2003, we made the film in 2004, and then it came out in 2005.
Were you concerned about it? Well, even 2003, like it was still very, very fresh.
When we did the play, it wasn't even 2 years after 9/11. It was still a very emotional time. It was still a very touchy subject. But it was one of the first 9/11 plays that I can remember. And I remember the time being one of the first 9/11 plays. And people really responded very favorably to it. I think it's gentle, it's not about the day, it's about after the day. A lot of people don't want to talk about the day. The day was horrible. You can relive the day online. You can go to YouTube and relive the day.
Yeah.
The day is, and especially for young people who don't remember that day, this play is a wonderful way to see what it was like, what it felt like. It's easy for them to go and look about the day. But it's not so easy for them to know how we all took it, how we reacted, how it felt, and I think that this should be a play this should be a film that people really take a look at.
Yeah.
Nice view. Could you see them from here?
Oh yeah. Right at the end of the street, huge.
But you weren't here when they...
Saw the whole thing out the window.
God, that must have been horrific.
Yeah.
How far from the...
I don't know, 12 blocks maybe?
Well, was there any,
No. Strangely enough, the wind blew most of that stuff towards Brooklyn.
Oh, Brooklyn.
Take a look at it.
Yeah, I was when I saw the movie, it was not at all what I expected when I read the title or everything else. It was very different. I expected it to be so much more about the day, very dramatic.
Yeah.
And it has a sense of drama, but it was still very. It was something that, like, you know, coming from Brazil, I could still relate
Sure.
to what was going on, and I think it's something that also people should take a look at and really experience the results of terrorism. Now, did you expect that it would still be relevant 10 years from the time the movie was launched?
I didn't know. I'm not surprised that it's still relevant, but I mean, none of us could have anticipated that 10 years later, there'd still be terrorism like this, like there is. You know, that we'd still have these barbarians out there doing horrible, terrible things. Nobody could have imagined that. I mean, I don't know what I thought was going to happen in 10 years, but I certainly didn't think that the war on terror would still be so complicated.
Now, were you concerned when you know, first of all, when we're auditioning for something, it's like, okay, you're auditioning, you hope to get the job. Once you got the job, and this is like your first job out of college, what were the challenges you faced? Like, what were you even thinking that was going on?
Well, I was so excited. I was so excited to do a play. I mean, it was a big part.
It's a big part.
It's a big part. So I was excited to have a part, and it'd be so much. There's so much to chew on. I mean, it's a great role. I was more excited. I was nervous, I'm sure, and it's a marathon, especially as a play. You know, as a play, you really do the whole. You know, it's like a huge. I was just thinking. I think I still have this shirt.
Oh, really? Was the wardrobe yours, or
some of it?
Okay.
Yeah. Other stuff they let me keep.
Oh, it's like a shirt to have. It's like, you know, the beginning of your professional actor career.
Maybe I don't know. Crazy.
You know I'm not Will's biggest fan, but he took care of you. He was actually a mensch.
What?
A good guy.
Ugh.
Maybe you need a good guy right now.
Or a good roommate.
You think that Brit's gonna spoon with you and lullaby you to sleep?
Let's not get crazy. Will can't even sing.
Analogy.
Not really, but...
Just think about it.
What?
Will!
No way.
Completely changing subject, you have something very exciting coming out. You're going to London for Buyer and Seller.
Yes.
How excited about you then?
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Oh, you're leaving tomorrow?
Yeah, can you believe it? I'm excited, it'll be fun. I haven't done the play for 6 months.
Do you still remember everything? Or
I hope so.
Well, I think it probably comes naturally.
I think it'll come back to me.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it'll come back.
And how long is the run there?
2 months.
2 months, okay. So we'll keep that for our London viewers to go check it out.
Yes, please check us out at the Meunier Chocolate Factory from, I think officially from March the 12th through May the 2nd.
Yes, wonderful.
Yeah.
And is this your first time working in London?
Yeah, kind of. I did 1 week in a play there, in a show, like a comedy show. And I filmed a movie in Scotland. I did a show in the Fringe Festival in Scotland. But this will be my longest time in London and my first real job.
What are the next projects? Are you going to work?
Well, you can see my web series, What's Your Emergency Now, on stage17.tv. Hopefully we'll do another season of that soon.
Oh, great.
After I get back from London, I'm doing another play at Lincoln Center called Shows for Days with Patti LuPone.
Oh, that's great.
Which should be really fun.
Yeah. And you work with her in Under That.
That's right. She played my mother.
That's right.
Very good. And so that'll play all summer.
Wonderful.
And hopefully at some point during that, I'll go do another season of What's Your Emergency. And then after that, I don't know. Who knows?
Well, I hope that we can talk to you during the play.
Yes, I hope so too.
It happens, and I'm looking forward to seeing your new work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lovely to see you as
Good to
always.
see you again.